Today, we have the great honor of speaking with Melendy. Melendy is an international student here at NHTI, and she is joining us right now from Korea, where it is actually, I believe, 12:06. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day. Melendy, I am so excited that you are here tonight. Can you tell me a little bit more about who you are and also where you are?
Yeah, my name is Melendy Song. So my Korean name is Jeong, but a lot of people call me as Melendy because of my last name is Song. So yeah, I'm in South Korea right now, and it's literally 12:06, daytime, and it's on Thursday, which is Wednesday for you guys. Um, so yeah, I kind of went to like high school in New Hampshire, so my English is not that good, but I still can communicate with you guys. So yeah, I started in New Hampshire for 4 years, and then I came back to South Korea to have a rest, and then I'm planning to go back to the States this fall, hopefully.
Awesome. What are you studying, Melendy?
So I'm in general studies right now, but I'm going for nursing program. So hopefully I can, get into the
Fun.
nursing program.
Okay, so tell me about where you were and how you found out about the COVID shutdowns. Was that a shock?
It was not that big shock because, it literally started from a little spot and then it increased like very fast, and it was really fast. So I was in Korea and I was working, and it was kind of Korean holiday seasons, so everyone was like moving around, and then we started to know about this COVID from China, and also like everyone was worried about it, but not tons of it. And at that time, we didn't know that we were going to shut down, and then wearing a face mask every single life. And it was normal because and yeah, it's gonna be like a flu during the like winter time, but it didn't stop, and it was really bad. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Um,
also, yeah, and then also like there was a COVID case in my town. It was only one person at that time, but it was a big shock for me. But now it's like maybe 20 people a day in my town. It's normal for me, but at that point, like, we were very shocked. And yeah, it was really like scary thing to
it
think
really
about it.
is.
Hmm.
So tell me, is it hard studying at NHTI from home in Korea?
Actually, I was planning to go back to the States last fall, but because of COVID, it was really hard to go back because I couldn't get visa. And also it didn't work out. So I was really stressed out because I am 21 and I really want to start studying so can have a career as soon as possible. But it was very hard for me to think about it. Oh, that's gonna be too late for me, and I really want to keep going right now. So I decided to study online, classes, and take some like, classes to make my brain working. So yeah, it's kind of really like nice, but it's one thing that I am struggle with is time difference. So my classes are usually in the morning, but for me it's at like at night, like 12 a.m. So it ends at like 2 a.m., something like that. And then I have to go to work in the morning. So it's a hard. Yeah. So that is the most hardest thing for me. But anything else, like my professors are so nice, and my peers are so nice to talk with, and yeah, it is nice. I like it.
Good, good. So you kind of already told us what is the hardest part. Do you feel like just the hours are the hardest part?
Yeah. And then like waiting until the class begins is always hard for me because, like at 11 o'clock p.m., I started to get very tired. And then, oh my gosh, I have to wait until like 12 a.m. It's an hour to go. And like, should I drink a coffee? Then I'm not going to sleep well after the class ends. So it's always hard for me.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. So what is the best part? Are there any good parts about being there close to your family, maybe?
Yes. And also, yeah, I can eat my Korean food always. It's hard, eating Korean food there because, it different people and different taste and it's different. And also it's nice to talk with people with my native language. It's always good to have good connection. I think a correct connection, I don't know, more deep connections. In English, I don't know how to express my whole minds and whole thoughts and feelings. It's hard for me to express in different language. It's still hard for me, even though I know how to express in English. But yeah, it's always nice to be with my family and friends, and yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Your English is beautiful,
Oh, thank
but
you.
that makes a lot of sense. Um, so tell me a little bit about how it's socially different there. Tell me about mask wearing.
Mask wearing is always hard, and it's very expensive. I think I usually spend a lot of money on face mask because once we use it a day, I totally just like, it's a garbage. I have to wear a new face mask. And yeah, and in a coffee shop, like we have to wear a face mask when we are talking to each other. And also we find them fine, like if we do not wear a face mask. It's totally weird.
How much?
300, I think.
So you get fined $300 if you're in public without a mask.
Hmm. It's
Wow.
weird, right?
Yeah.
And then the person who call like a police officers that, oh, she's not wearing face mask, she gets money. That person who called the
Yeah.
police, I think, yeah, they get like maybe like 50, something around that.
Wow, you could make good money tattling on people with no masks.
Yeah, and also there is a new thing in Korea. We cannot gather no more than 5 people. And also we fine them. Fine if we gather like more than 5 people around. So I'm working at a restaurant and there are tons of like college students coming. And then there are like, it's a group. If we have a group coming, like I always tell them like, you guys cannot come as a one group. You have to separate, you know you have to sit separately. And because as a worker we fine if someone calls some police or some whatever about COVID. And it's weird. And
Wow.
mhm.
So tell us the story about leaving the house without a mask.
Oh, about my story.
Yeah.
Okay. So like when you go out without your phone, you always come back to get your phone, right? So one day I went to a supermarket and I was, shopping as normal, normally like doing my jobs at supermarket. And then a lot of people literally looked at me like, with eyes like, I don't know how to say that, but it's dirty look, right? And I was thinking like, why are they staring at me? Like, what's wrong with me? And then I was looking at myself, and did I wear? my socks and my pants and whatever. And then I totally realized that I didn't wear a face mask. And like, oh my gosh, I should go back to my house, and then to get my face mask. And then, like, it was weird. It's weird to wear a face mask every single day, and then I cannot leave my house without a face mask. So yeah, that was kind of like my experience. I was so embarrassed. Like but still I was thinking like, oh my god, so people can look at me like very badly as I'm a bad person because of I didn't wear a face mask. So
But you
it's
did not get a fine.
nope. Nope.
Lucky.
Nobody didn't call anybody, so like phew. But I went home to get my face mask. I could buy it, but I had a lot of face masks at home. I didn't want to spend the money on, a new face mask. So
I'm curious, here in America, a lot of us are wearing cloth face masks that we wash and reuse. Is anybody doing that there?
Many of them do like that, but most of us don't. We wear a one use, and then we just throw it out. And then we can wear a dental face mask. I usually wear them right like this. Just, it's dental face mask.
Yeah.
So, and also it's cheaper. So a lot of people like in Korea are very, I think, lazy. So we don't wash them because it's kind of a work to do, right? So we usually just throw it out after we use and then, get a new one.
Yeah. Okay. Are there any other challenges that you've faced over the past year or because of COVID? Any other challenges in your life?
Now the biggest part that, I couldn't go back. So I kind of wasted a year in Korea, but I'm still taking online classes though, so that's better for me. So I didn't want to have a rest over like a year because, I didn't want to lose my English expressions and stuff like vocabs, because when you don't use that knowledge, I tend to forget everything. So it's hard. And also, last fall I was challenged hearing a lot of lectures and stuff because it was hard to get it, very fast.
Yeah.
But hopefully I can go back to the States again this fall, hopefully.
Oh, I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you finding comfort or meaning? What are you doing for yourself?
So I love to being at home. Like I love being with my friends. I'm also like extroverted, but sometimes I need my personal time. So this time is also like nice because I don't have to go out and do whatever and go shopping and spend a lot of money and stuff. But being at home is always like nice for me because I'm really comfortable at home, right? Because it's my house. And also like I'm doing my schoolwork, and actually schoolwork is a big comfort for me. I think
Really?
people will think like, wow, that's not weird, but I love doing it. I love making a schedule and stuff, and then making a checklist and then do it. That's kind of my big comfort because my schedule is very nice and neat, and it's nice. And also watching Netflix is always the best part, with wearing like I'm snacking on this couch and then watching Netflix and movies and dramas and shows, different types, like, you know, that's kind of what I'm doing. And also I'm exercise at home, just like a squats and, running. and whatever.
Nice. I think
Mhm.
a lot of us are watching a lot more Netflix right now.
Right? Mhm.
Are you still finding ways to keep in touch with your friends? Are you still seeing your friends or talking to them on the computer?
I still go out to see my friends, but I don't do any Zooms like with my friends. But yeah, I still can go out, but it's hard to go somewhere because in a coffee shop, like, people usually be there like for several hours, right? Just talking and studying or whatever. But they're going to kick us out if we are there more than an hour. So for girls who likes, to talk, they tend to go to a coffee shop and then just talk and, for several hours. But if we are kicked out, we don't have any place to go. And also we have to be outside, but it's so cold. So I usually don't go out. So maybe I just call them on the phone and just like talk and maybe invite them over, but they don't usually come over. But yeah, but still can see them, but not a
Good.
lot.
Good. Have you taken up any new hobbies or projects or anything, or not really?
I don't think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
school
just
is a
like to
lot,
watch
school
the
and
phone.
work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, school and work. I love sleeping, and yeah, the time difference is always hard for me because it can ruin my personal like daytime life because I work from the morning and at the noon, and then I come home and I get so tired because I didn't get enough sleep. So I usually take a nap, and then it's nighttime, and then I eat dinner, and then do my study a little bit, and then take some classes, you know, at that point. So that's kind of my routine.
Oh, that sounds exhausting.
Hmm.
Do you do you feel like this experience this past year and COVID, do you feel like that has changed you in any way?
Yeah, that one. I usually go out and hang out with my friends, but now I'm a person who loves being at home. I kind of became very lazy, I think, you know. Yeah, so that's kind of like not good, but still it can be good because I was such a like a diligent and like, oh, I have to work and that kind of mind. But now, okay, Melody, you can relax and you can have your personal time. You don't have to be with your friends every single day. I was kind of stressed out. I have to have a good relationship with others. But now I don't have any stress with that. So I kind of like think about myself and, you know, have some time for me, not for others. So some personality like have changed, but not a lot. I'm still Melody. I love talking and but my mom is really exhausted because she's the only one who can take my talk and stuff. So like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired being with Melody. Like, mom, sorry, I need to talk. you know. So yeah.
That's funny. That's nice.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I think that just about covers it. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell us at all? Anything about your life or your experience?
Um, I missed life in New Hampshire because nature and stuff. It's so different, and it's like a lot of buildings here, and it's just like hard. It's convenient, supermarket is so close and everything. But I love the nature in New Hampshire that I had. So I missed like a lot of it because I lived with a family who has a farm. So there are cattle and bunnies and chickens and stuff, but we cannot imagine having that in my city life. So I miss it, and it's But
Yeah.
once I go to New Hampshire, I'm going to miss my Korean life here. So it's kind of weird. So yeah.
And you are right in the city, right? I remember seeing out your window. You
Yeah.
are right in the
Mhm.
middle of the city.
Mhm. So yeah, it's convenient, but still everything is noisy and loud and stuff. So I don't like it. I miss the life in New Hampshire because like when you wake up, you hear birds humming and the singing and stuff, and the winds and nice winds, but here it's like wind is dirty wind, like it's like a pollutions and stuff. It's bad, but yeah, where I lived in New Hampshire was so like a country life, so I really miss it. So hopefully I can go back to USA this fall, so I can have more stable life, I guess. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Have you or any of your family had COVID yet? No.
No, hopefully
Are they
we don't
starting
get
to
have
do
it.
vaccinations there yet?
Not yet.
Not at all.
No. And also I am not going to have an opportunity to have it, because if we get vaccine in Korea, more older people and those who are working for those, like nurses, doctors, and something like that, they're going to get the priority. Yeah. So I'm not going to get a high opportunities to have it. So it's gonna be hard. I'm not going to get it, I think.
At all?
I'm not able to,
Okay.
because I'm young, and more older people are more tend to have more COVID. So those are mostly you know tend to have it. But yeah,
But eventually everybody will get it,
I
or?
think so. Hopefully, but it didn't come yet. Korea is a very small country, and and it's hard to get vaccine to come into Korea, so we have to wait. Everyone says like, yeah, you're going to get vaccinated by February, but it didn't come yet. So whatever, right? So hopefully we can, have more healthier life this year.
I agree. Oh my stars. Okay, well,
Yeah.
if there's nothing else that you'd like to say.
Yeah. Yeah, 2020 was the hardest year. It
It really
was,
was.
because COVID and everything, and also my family members found out that has cancer, two people. So my mom is very stressed out with it. Like, I really want to forget about 2020. It was such a bad year, because for her, it's kind of very very hard for her, because her dad and her sister has cancer at the same time. So they found out at the same time. So that was the hardest thing, right?
Oh, that's terrible. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
It's okay. My aunt is under chemotherapy, so she is getting better, hopefully. But my grandfather has colon cancer, which is very hard to treat. So he decided to let it go and just have a life. And
Oh,
he decided that he is not going to go under chemo, because that will be bad for him because he's older and he's weak, and so that's very hard for our family. It was hard for 2020. It's just terrible for our family. Maybe a lot of people do think 2020 was not good, but still.
It has not been a good year for most of us.
But yeah, so hopefully 2021 is good for everyone.
We hope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Melendy, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing. We're so honored to have your story. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I really liked it.